Hi, I'm Black Bright. Well, actually, under this channel, I'm Dark Shade. So, welcome to my channel. First time you're passing through, you can click the thumbs up, the thumbs down. You can press the bell icon. And what else can you do? You can interact with my subscribers and you can leave comments. Basically, this is a kind of a self-help, self-care channel. I call it counselling, but it's not really counselling. It's just me giving my little 2p worth and hoping it resonates and helps you feel better about certain situations, or gives you a different perspective about different situations. Anyway, I wanted to talk about what women mean today. Now, I can't say what all women mean because I'm just one woman, and all different women have their own experiences, and from way back until current, and they have different jobs and they have different cultures and they have different religions. So I can't say what every woman means. But what I wanted to do is kind of talk a little bit. I'm going to kind of just talk and hope that something makes sense. The first thing I wanted to say, which I thought was important, was that men tend to say what they need to get what they want. That seems to be the general thing that I perceive, that they say anything to get what they want, whereas women will say anything. What was it? Women will say what they want to get what they need. Men will say what they need to get what they want. And so that is the difference. And the reason why I brought that up is because it seems to me that that is why that sometimes we have this misunderstanding between men and women. Sometimes you think that, you're really into someone and a man is really into you. And then the next thing you know is that he might have a totally different understanding of where the relationship is going. And I was thinking, yeah, Love Island, but I was thinking of Connor and Mackenzie. Now, Mackenzie loves him to death, and Connor, he's been really, really great with her. But someone else has come into the villa, and he's now saying he will give her a try. As far as Mackenzie's concerned, how he's been speaking to her has been quite convincing. So she's thought that he was 100% invested in her. Now, why I say that is because sometimes we don't understand. Well, we know what we're saying, but do we mean what we're saying? It's like sometimes when women say, I need space. What does that exactly mean? Does it mean that we need space just because we're not really into the person? Does it mean we need space because we really want to do something else? Does it mean we need space? And if so, how much space? How do you communicate how much space you need? And then I started thinking about gap fillers and bell pushers and button pushers. Because if somebody keeps on saying they need space, does that mean they need someone to fill a gap when they don't need space? And so what does that mean? Even when men say it, when men say, I need some space, I don't think they say it so often because they take their space. They don't say they need it. If they want space, they take it. Women tend to need space. And that is the difference between the want, which I mentioned before, and the need, what I'm mentioning now. Women actually need space, whether it's because they're looking after children, whether it's not because they're doing homeschooling, whether or not it's because they've worked all day, done the washing, done the iron, done this, done that. Regardless, women tend to need space, where men tend to want space. So what I was trying to think is, what does that mean? Also, when somebody says, I want to take it slow, what does that mean when a woman says that to a man? Does it mean she's moralistic? Does it mean that she really wants to take it slow? Does it mean she's not really interested in the person, but she wants to use that time to find out if she is interested? So, it's very, very difficult to know what someone means. Now, if a woman says to a man, I want to take it slow, that man will probably take that literally and respect her wishes and take it slow. On the other hand, the woman might want him to be a bit more zealous, a bit more interesting, a bit, to try and, generate some kind of movement and emotion. But if you say we're going to take it slow and the man actually does take it slow and doesn't do anything at all, then what is that message going on? What is the message telling you? I think that message is telling you when a woman says, I want to take it slow, to me, on a very, very subliminal level, that woman is not really attracted to that man. She wants to see whether or not it works. She hasn't got anybody in her life, and she probably thinks, oh, well, I'll kill some time, but I'll tell him I'm going to take it slow. Yeah, she says, I'm going to take it slow. So I think that is where that's coming from. And once again, yes, I am using Love Island as a reference, but I do think we can all relate to that. Or a lot of us can relate to that. Now, what are button pushers or bell pushers? Well, button pushers are those who know how to get a response they want by pressing buttons. These are just my kind of little names that I'm calling this. So some women know exactly what to say to get the response that they need. Now, supposing that woman has said, look, I want to take it slow, and then she realised that it's going too slow, then she'll probably say something like, oh, I thought you would try and kiss me, or I thought you would, try and get a bit closer, and I'm not feeling it. To press the button, so that guy might say to her, oh, well, I thought you wanted to take it slow. I didn't know you wanted me to kiss you. So she's pressing buttons in that man to make him kind of feel a bit awkward about the situation. Awkward that he's actually been respecting her wishes. But what did she really mean when she said, I want to take it slow? She really meant, I'm not really interested. So now she's putting herself in a powerful position to say, okay, I'm not really interested. So therefore, I'm not feeling it. Let's call it a day. Then you have the bell pushers. Those women who press a bell and they expect the man to, jump up, what do they call it? Jump up and come, or whatever they call it. They expect people to be at their beck and call. So you get men like that as well. Hold on one sec. Oh. I wouldn't normally do this, but every time, this is the third video I've tried to do, and I've had a phone call, I've had the door knock, I've had alarms going off, so I've just decided to go and see to that. So I do apologise for getting up and leaving you. But anyway, I was talking about bell pushers, expect partners to be at their beck and call. And then we have the gap fillers, those who want someone for a reason or a season, but not a lifetime. And so even when they're talking about, I want some space, that person isn't really someone who they want permanently in their life. Otherwise, they'd be working towards incorporating that person into their space. Unless, of course, there really isn't any space. And she's talking about physical space. So are we talking about physical space, or are we talking about emotional space? I mean, both are different. Sometimes it's not feasible for two people to live in a place, but sometimes you get people living in one room and they make it work. So it's difficult to know when a woman says something, what she actually means. Now, for me, if I was to talk about myself, when I say I need space maybe to do my videos, and if I've got somebody around, I won't be able to concentrate. I won't be able to flow properly. So that is my own personal preference. If there was somebody in my space who locked themselves away and they didn't come out until I finished my videos, I'd probably be okay with that. So when I need space, mine is normally because I need to concentrate, I get distracted very easily, and I need space to do what I'm going to do. as opposed to needing space to be away from the person. One, from like some people want a space for weeks and months, or you know what I mean? There is a difference. The same way with going slow. If I was to say to somebody, I want to go slow, to me, that would mean, I'm not too sure about this person. Because if I'm attracted to someone, I don't see no point in going slow. You know, you can't really put the clampers on emotion. I'm not saying that you have to jump up and get into bed and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about getting close. I mean, in Love Island, sorry to keep bringing it up, but in Love Island, Justine is telling Trey she wants to take it slow. He's trying to at least kiss her. She won't even allow him to kiss her. But he can kiss her on this cheek and that cheek and on her forehead. And then he's saying, he says, I'm going at your pace. He was going out of his way to go at her pace. And then she turns around and says, I'm not really feeling it. But I'm glad it didn't do anything bad to him. I'm glad that even though he's hurt a little bit, he's ready to get up and go again, to go forward in another relationship. But I just think, just say it as it is and not the innuendos. And it's very easy to sound respectful when you say, I'm taking it slow. A lot of women, that's why they do it. They want to be seen as being respectful. I don't kiss on the first date. I don't kiss on the second date. I don't sleep with anyone, too quickly. I have this 14-day or 30-day or 60-day or 90-day rule before I sleep with somebody. You have people there who are trying to create a certain image of themselves. And when they say, I want to take it slow, what they actually mean is that really and truly, I'm not really that interested in you, or I want to give a good impression, or I just want to do things at my own pace. I've got another agenda, whatever it is. But usually it's not really because they want to take it slow, because connection doesn't allow you to take things slow. If you have a physical connection with someone, it's not under I guess we have free will, and yes, we have self-discipline, and we have all of that. But normally you will show something that will give that person an indication that you're actually interested in that person. Even if it's a touch on the lips, even if it's a hug, a really warm hug, even if it's whatever it is, you would give somebody that. Even though you're saying you're taking it slow, you would still give that person enough so he knows or she knows that you are actually interested. But when you see somebody say I'm taking it slow and they're kind of drawing away and they don't even want that person to touch their hands or to kind of give them a peck, then you know there's something that's not right. So to me, in that particular scenario, when a woman says, I want to take it slow, what she means is that I'm not really attracted to you. You may grow on me, but right now I'm not really attracted to you and I want to see where this goes. Some people do want to naturally see where it goes. And, that's fine if that's sincere and that is the way the relationship is headed. But, I'm just talking about how some people think, or some women think, or even some men think, because it's not just, this is about what women mean. So yeah, I'm talking for women at the moment, and I'll probably get a bollocking, and I'll probably have some women say, when I say I want to take it slow, I mean I want to take it slow. You're making it look like women aren't saying what they actually mean. You're the type of woman that will say when a woman says no, she means yes. No, that is not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that in certain circumstances, women who say, I want to take it slow, usually are not attracted to the men that they are with. Okay? And when I say take it slow, I mean people can be going with people for, like 3 or 4 months and they're still talking about, we're keeping our distance. And then taking it slow is relative. You know what I mean? Taking it slow could mean months, could mean years. I mean, who's going to hang around for years? But back in the olden days, what did they used to do? They used to take it slow, but what they used to do, screw everybody else while they were waiting for that person to get close to them. So, like I said, if the chemistry is there, I think it's all fires blazing. That's what I think. So, what else did I want to say? When a woman says take it slow, I've done that. When a woman knows, she knows. Yeah, and I think when a woman meets somebody, she knows whether or not she's attracted to that person. The same way men know. Men are a bit more assertive, a bit more direct. They actually know who they want. Women are not too sure about what they want from the beginning. And I might be contradicting myself, but men do tend to grow on women unless there's a strong physical attraction to someone. And then there's no hold bars. But I think that if a woman is really attracted to someone, she will want him to kiss her. She will want him to hold her. She will want him to hold her hand and go here, there, and everywhere. So is it long lasting? Only as long as the initial interest. Yeah, so that's another thing, when you're in a relationship, and you meet somebody and that person is going in there 150%. And a lot of men do that. They go into a relationship, they give you 150%. And then, they can't keep it up. And then when a woman is assessing that relationship, because they do assess, that it's more or less saying, am I attracted to what this 150% of what this person is giving me, or am I attracted to the real person? Because if that person is giving you 150% at the beginning, and then it whittles itself down to 50% at the, after a couple of weeks, or after 6 weeks, or after 8 weeks, or after 2 months, whatever it is, then when you said you loved that person, did you mean you loved that person who was giving you 150%, or do you love that person who's now only giving you 50%? What do you actually mean? And so does it depend on what that person is doing, what that person is giving you? Or is it the individual? So if you become too much to keep up connection. Yeah, and then I was also thinking about sometimes when men do give 150%, it's really too much for them to keep up with. And have they managed to create a strong enough connection to keep it going? And when women fall in love, especially in a new relationship, not so much existing relationships, because I think with existing relationships you've already had your troughs and your ups and your downs and your lows and your highs, and I think you've managed to navigate that until you've got where you are. But specifically in new relationships, and as I said, I was using Love Island as a kind of foundation for this video. It's very difficult to know what is real when you're going into these relationships. They seem real and the men are so convincing, and the women get caught up in that convincing act, and they forget that it's a game. They forget that there could be somebody coming in that door, and if that somebody comes in, that you could lose the words that they've told you a few minutes ago are gone. But in a lot of cases, a woman normally says what she means, but there again, as in Moira's case, she played that game. And was she called a bad woman? Yes, she was. She wasn't looked on too favourably by the men, but hey, men do it all the time. So yeah, when I'm talking about what a woman means, it's just really about, I just really wanted to talk about the space aspect and going slow. And that's all for now. Bye-bye.